course. Well, I don't actually have the NES one. I have the Super NES one.
Super NES will work just fine. Welcome back, gamers, to the Experience Points Podcast. This is episode 16 on October 2nd, 2020, and it has been a crazy week. I am your host, Cyrus, aka Zero Sen, and I am joined by Eric, aka METAMUCIL Jones. Say what's up.
Hello.
I'm also joined by Kim the Great.
Hello.
And lastly, but not least, we're joined by Kevin, the man, aka Mr. Know-It-All. Yeah.
I'll take it.
So on today's episode, we're gonna chit chat about the PS5 launch titles and confirmed dates, which I still have to pull up. Minecraft coming to Smash, the Halloween update for the Animal Crossing, and at the very, very end, our resident platformer expert, quote unquote, Jones, Blackout. He's gonna play Super Mario 35, and he's gonna check that out, and we'll see if he can get first. That's gonna be his goal for today.
Yep. Because I did it, so he should be able to.
Sarcastically. I feel what they're doing there. They say the platforming expert, but they know how I've been lately.
Stupid ass. You're so silly. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Excellent. Good. We are going to chit chat about the Minecraft cross Smash. Nobody saw that coming, minus like one person that I heard of.
I heard that there was rumors. I heard there were rumors, but I was like, I didn't hear the rumors, and just like Eric, I thought it was like an April Fool's type gag thing.
That would be logical if it was not October.
Right. October 1st gag. Trick or treat.
I know, right?
2020 just strikes again.
I know, right? But that's okay. I've never... Actually, that's not true. I've played a demo of Minecraft because that was like at the height of its popularity, and I was like, I just want to check this out, just to have the experience and see if I like it. I played it for 3 minutes, and I shut it off. I mean, I don't like the characters. I mean, it's not about the characters because I love 8-bit games and stuff like that. So it's not about the graphics. I don't care about that. But the game did not make sense to me at all. And for some reason I was stuck in first person view. I don't know if that's how the game was played, but I was in first person view the entire time. Is that how Minecraft is played?
It's not the same. Yeah, it's primarily yes. But you can change it to be like third person. When I first picked it up and started playing it, I couldn't get in. I was like, what the hell is this? This is too blocky for me. I didn't like it. That was back when my daughter was playing it. And then maybe like a couple of years ago, I tried it again when Nathan started showing interest. And then all of a sudden, like 6 hours has gone by and I'm still playing Minecraft. I'm like, what the hell happened to me? It's like really grindy. And you just have one thing I like about it is that you can have fun like building giant castles and stuff like that. And that aspect is pretty cool.
I mean, I've actually seen some amazing things being done in that game. Like, I've seen people like recreate the Mushroom Kingdom in that damn game, and I was like, how the hell they do that? Like, it has huge statues of Mario and Luigi and Princess and Toad, and I was like, well, damn.
I did create some Pokemon floating in the sky.
Mew, Luxray, Meow.
I watched him. I watched Kim play, and I wasn't really interested in it. I'm more. I liked as far as building games go. I preferred. That's right.
I knew it.
Dragon Quest Builders. It's a good game.
I tried that one too. Same thing. It went on and on. Like the intro of that game was like 45 minutes long. I just kept pushing the button. It's like, stop talking.
Well, you want to do Dragon Quest Builders 2 because it has a lot of quality of life upgrades.
Okay.
But the story is a lot better as well. It's associated to Dragon Quest 2, whereas the first Dragon Quest Builders was the original Dragon Quest game. But I mean, I tried to play the first one. Mm-hmm. Kim got all the way through it, of course.
Of course.
But
because she's a beast.
I think I got to the second island and I kind of got bored. But the second one, I got all the way to the end, and I mean, it was really good. The building aspect, they made a lot of improvements on it. Just being able to do certain things, better.
Gotcha.
And then they also made like blueprints that you could do, that you could set up and create, and then you can turn, like, you build something, you can create it into a blueprint, or you can go to someone's game and you could blueprint one of their structures,
that'd be
or cool. Whatever, and then you could take it to your game, set the blueprint down, and build it, and it tells you exactly what items that you need and everything.
Very nice. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I have absolutely no experience whatsoever in Minecraft or Dragon Quest Builders. I know what the games are, but that's it.
I gotcha. It's all good. Yeah, I just I watched the presentation, and as far as Smash goes, which is what the hell we're talking about to begin with, I don't know. I don't see he doesn't fit, and it's not just about the him being blocky and all, because that's obviously his character Steven, and what was the other character's name? Steve and
Alex,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. The female Alex. Yeah.
That's the female.
Alex could be a female name.
No, I didn't say that. I'm talking about the actual look of the character. It doesn't look like a female.
Yeah, that's the female version of the character, basically.
Gotcha. I see. Well, okay. Well, interesting. But to me, the character it does not fit in the Smash. Like all the other characters, they fit. You know what I'm saying? With even just the look and the fighting style, and even with the hero from Dragon Quest, even as crazy as his style is, he still fits in there. But I don't feel like Alex or Steve fit in the game.
Well, and even then, if you listen to, I think, was it Sakurai, the creator, at the end, he was like, yeah, Nintendo came up to me and said, hey, put Minecraft in here, as he looks at me over his glasses, and he's like, no, that's impossible, but okay.
Sakurai's a beast, boy, I'll tell you that much. Dude's a beast and a half. Kim, how do you feel about Steven, Alex, and the other two being in Smash?
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
But I think it's quite cool. They have so many different variety of characters on there. Nice to spice it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. True. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be jumping back into Smash for that. We're supposed to get more information on it tomorrow. Maybe he'll talk more about the other characters. That would be nice, potentially coming. I'm still waiting for Sora. That's probably the only character I really care about.
Sora?
Yes.
That would make sense.
Yes, of course.
Like, we need another sword user.
No, he's a Keyblade user.
He's a Keyblade wielder, get it right.
He treats it like a sword, shush.
Well, at least he kind of holds it more like a samurai, but then I've never seen anybody do that overhead swing like him.
You guys are funny. Either Sora or Wario. I don't particularly care for Wario.
Waluigi.
That's what I meant, Waluigi. I don't particularly care for Waluigi, but the freaking crowd has been, begging for it forever. I just want them to get the win.
Screw the crowd. I don't give a damn about the crowd.
Waluigi will be. I think if they did Waluigi be in the next iteration of Smash,
because he already has an assist trophy.
Yeah.
There's not going to be another iteration of Smash.
Yes, there is. Oh, you think they're not gonna make another iteration?
You can't do anything beyond Smash Ultimate. What are they gonna do?
It's called Ultimate, but that doesn't mean there won't be a Smash 5 or 6 or whatever the hell number we're gonna be on. I guarantee you, by the next console, there will be another Smash. October 2nd, 2020. Count it! And then you're gonna queue up the black woman in hindsight. Yeah.
Somebody needs to give Eric a sedative.
Yeah. Or some METAMUCIL. That works too.
It's gonna be Super Smash Brothers Super Ultimate.
I know, right?
Let me put it like this: how many damn times did they bring out Street Fighter 2? How many times did you think they were done with Street Fighter 2 and they brought out another Street Fighter? Hell, they brought out another Street Fighter 2 like 2 years ago. How do you do that?
That's because Capcom didn't know how to count to 3 for a while there.
Dude, they learned how to count to 5 and they went back to 2.
That's funny.
Ultra Street Fighter 2 is a thing.
I never really understood that, honestly.
I never played it either, but I'm just saying. Yeah, they definitely did have issues counting past 2.
Except for Mega Man. Mega Man just keeps on counting and counting.
Mega Man's so good. That's the good stuff. All right, guys. All right, so we're going to move on to the PS5 launch games that got confirmed for actual launch day, not launch window, launch day games. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games confirmed. So I'm going to go down the list, and you guys tell me your hype level for each game. Also, too, each game has been confirmed for $70.
$70, huh?
Yes.
It's going to be the new norm.
Aside from
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes, Spider-Man. But the remastered edition, which I actually canceled my my original order for the base game of Miles, and I got the remaster with Spider-Man remaster included, because that game looks insane.
So that's what the $20 more version is. It has the original. Okay,
yes.
and
that's probably the.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said that's probably the version I'll end up getting because I never played that Spider-Man.
Blasphemy!
I'm gonna have to agree with them. That was like probably one of the top 5 PlayStation 4 games
of all time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just not in the year period. That's like one of the top 5 PlayStation 4 games.
Yes, sir.
You gotta play that.
Legit.
I never played it either.
Cam, how dare you?
It's a really, really, really fun game.
God, it's so fun. I beat it within like a week and a half, and then I beat all the DLC. I didn't platinum because Eric called me out on that. He was actually right. But I replayed it a year and a half later, and it was just as fun as when I put it down. It's crazy. It's crazy. So make sure you guys get this for your PS5, okay? All right, first on the list is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Hype level. Eric, go.
Out of 10?
Yes.
I'm going to say 3.
How dare you. Kim,
hey!
Go.
For me, the hype level is best on a pass-fail scale.
Okay.
Well, we already know what yours is going to be.
I've never played any Assassin's Creed games before, so I'm kind of not super interested in it.
I got you. Kevin?
Probably about a 4 or 5.
Okay.
Just because I haven't. It's been a while since I've played an Assassin's Creed game, and I still gotta play the past ones myself.
All right, my hype level is at a 9.57.381.274.
Just say 9.5.
He wants pie. Come on.
I do want pie. Damn it, I want some chocolate pie. Anyway, I've played almost every Assassin's Creed game, and I've beat almost every Assassin's Creed game, minus 3 because I gave up on it because I did not care for the story or the main character. The main character was so I didn't play that one.
Wasn't that the one with the Indian?
Yeah, he was basically a black guy trying to pretend to be Indian is what it was.
Oh, Lord.
He just ghetto as hell. He was just ghetto as hell. But my absolute favorite one, Eric knows.
Of course. Black Flag.
That's right. Still the best one. And then I actually got a free copy when I got my my Xbox One for $100 at GameStop. I got a free copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey in it.
Wasn't it just inside the
that's
Xbox?
what I said. It was just in there.
Wow.
They had no idea it was in there.
See, that's why I would try that game if it came for free.
I love that game. That is my second favorite. That game is so much fun. In that game, you can bone whoever you want to in that damn game, and you can pick a male or a female in that game, and it don't matter if you're male or female. You can just do anybody and get stuff, get free items and upgrades.
I'll be a chick, be a lesbian.
Now, Odyssey Odyssey is the newest one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that was on sale for pretty cheap, so I got it, and it came with Black Flag, I believe.
Nice.
For free.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was the third one. Oh no, it was the third one that came with.
Okay, well you can skip that
fourth
one.
One's Black Flag. I mean, it's still.
No, technically because 2 they were having a Street Fighter issue for a while because you had Assassin's Creed 2, then Brotherhood, then Revelations or whatever.
Revelations was so good. Oh my god, you can build your own town, and as you build your town, they give you like upgrades and items like for free or like 80% off. And this is crazy. I'm like, hell yeah, this is how game's supposed to be.
I wanted to get to it, but it's just like I burnt myself out so damn much getting Assassin's Creed 2 with the platinum, and I was like, I started Brotherhood, and I was like, nope, just can't do it. And I pretty much stopped playing Assassin's Creed until Unity, and then we know how bad Unity was, so I was like, nope, can't do it again. And I have not played Assassin's Creed since then.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 2. I started to do the second one that come after that, Brotherhood, but I was still pretty salty and burnt out from the second one because of the feathers, collecting all the feathers to get robbed of my platinum trophy because it glitched the last one and didn't count it as didn't ding the trophy, and I didn't realize it. And I'm like looking up online trying to find a backup save so I could just download it and get that last feather again.
Yeah, because you pretty much have to go through the entire damn game just to get every feather.
The game about internal systems and glitching, basically in the Matrix, glitched on you. That is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to that man.
Poor baby.
So I started going through Brotherhood, and I was playing it, and I was like, more stuff you have to collect on that one. And I'm going through like one of the cathedrals and stuff, and it just kind of, I was like, I put it down to play something else, and then I just never picked it back up.
I don't blame you. It's just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love the stories in Assassin's Creed games. They're always really engaging to me. But if you play more than 2 back to back, you get burned out really quick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I could grind out just about everything, but I couldn't do it on Assassin's Creed. It's like, no.
That was one of the reasons why I never beat Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor, or what I call Lord of the Rings Assassin's Creed.
That game was so good. I played that game nonstop.
Creed for everything.
No, the game was good. I agree. I never got the sequel because I never finished the first part.
The sequel is pretty much exactly the same as the first game because they really didn't add too much more to it aside from the story. So I actually never finished the second one. Anyway,
I watched my friend play the second one.
All right, you guys got to move on. The next game confirmed for launch was actually a pack-in game. Is Astro's Playroom. I played this for VR, and I will compare it to what Mario 60 was for the 64, and it's a step above. If you guys haven't had a chance to play anything in VR, Astrobot is one game that you need to experience in VR. It is insane.
Okay, so first of all, I don't care what you say, it ain't a step above Mario 64.
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant it felt like Mario 64 felt when you first played that. It's just like this amazing 3D experience, and this is 100% legit 3D because it's a VR. So
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I'll have to make you play it next time you come visit Earth.
Yes, I mean, the last time I came to visit you last year, I bought my VR, but we didn't get a chance to hook it up because we were just pretty much long playing
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. So the remake.
Remastered.
That's what I said the first time. So we had a good time with that. Kim, have you? Well, obviously you've played Astrobot too, yeah?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No. I don't really get out much. I'm like a very low key gamer.
Gotcha.
The VR was a Christmas present for me because I would understand.
He don't share.
And she doesn't really try to play VR games.
I gotcha.
I've wanted to really. I was even gonna buy it that year, but then right when I finally decided to buy the VR, it went off sale, and I was like, nope, I'm not spending like an extra $100 for what I could have gotten for like, just say $100 or $150 cheaper. I was like, nope, I'm gonna wait. It's gonna eventually go on sale again.
The biggest reason why I wanted VR was for the game Moss.
Oh my god, I love that game. I had so much
That game
fun.
was awesome, and I wish they would just come out with a sequel already.
The game was gorgeous, man. That's definitely a gorgeous game. Alright, next on the list is Demon Souls. Does anybody have any hype for the Bloodborne Dark Souls series?
Kevin does.
I do, but I don't really know. Like I said, especially now that they put the price point out, and I know that it's $70.
Mm-hmm.
I just like they have to have something like really game changing and brand new for me to revisit that for more cost than it would cost for me to like pull out my PS3 and play it on there.
Well, that would be no cost.
Right, exactly.
He wants it for free. He wants it for free $3.99.
Well,
$20.
that and PlayStation. I don't know if it's listed or if it's on their streaming games, because I know they have a lot of PS3 games that you could stream through the Now. But like I can always go on there and do it as well.
I mean, you're paying for a premium product, you know what I'm saying? The game is fully, basically, I guess is remastered. That word has been thrown around a lot lately this year, but it is remastered. The graphics are PS5 level, and who knows what they did with the controller, you know what I'm saying?
Put it like this.
The same
Put it
game.
like this. At least they aren't going to do the Mario 3D All-Stars treatment. You're getting an actual replastered, like I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but my part of it is that it's still
the same game.
Even though it's still the same story, still the same levels, unless they really amp something up. It's just for me not worth the sticker price.
I got
That's fair enough.
A black buy it when it's like a year old and $20.
Or get it free off of PlayStation Plus or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
But I understand what you're saying. It would probably hold more value to one of us who's never played the game to get it than it would to you who already has beaten it and platinumed it.
I will say that if you guys like a challenging game, like if you like Sekiro, or if you just like something that that you'll feel like you accomplish something, then Demon Souls is one of those games you want to get.
Street Fighter 4, and then you feel like you did an accomplishment.
Yeah, you definitely a beast.
And if they have the same process on there, then you'll see a lot of people leaving comments about sticky white stuff.
I don't want to know what that means. Kim, how about you, girl? Have you played any of the Dark Souls, Lost Children, Firstborn games?
No.
You said yeah or no?
You know the answer going into that one.
Well, this is coming from the woman who platinumed freaking GTA 5, so I gotta ask.
Well, no. Almost.
I
have a lot of work to do on that still, but I don't think I'm not gonna finish it.
Please, if you came this far, you might as well finish it.
I can't.
No, she's just gonna do it all over again on PS5.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's online.
Hopefully, they just let the trophies work on PS5. And
well, that's actually something else that I learned recently, that your PS4 saves do not carry over to PS5.
No, they don't. They didn't do that with, for Grand Theft Auto,
Borderlands was like the only exception, but even then it wasn't completely. You could transfer your characters, but not your actual save data.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Diablo had a transfer over when it first came out, Diablo 3, when it went from 3 to 4. And I'm pretty sure GTA 5 had a save transfer option as well.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
It's been so long since I played it, I almost feel like I need to start it over just to get in the groove again. You know?
Really? That's like Cyrus over here. Ooh, I have to get used to I have to get used to 4K HD. So I gotta. No, you
I do.
don't. You just watch it.
I've never had. Okay, you know what? Listen, when I got my first HD TV back in 2013, 2014, and before that, I've never even seen HD ever, and because I didn't have a career yet, so I couldn't afford it. So it blew my mind, and it took me like a week to get used to watching this damn thing. Same thing with 4K. So Hesh, damn it.
I get used to it by experiencing it up front. I don't need to get used to it. I learned firsthand how I can see all the little pixelizations and stuff, or non-pixelizations, where it's like freaking watching the news, and I can see people's like freaking sunspots on their damn boobs and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't need to see all this.
We know what Eric was looking at.
To be fair, when Eric got HDTV, he was usually watching it from like 2 inches away.
Don't worry about it. Everybody knows how close I watch my damn TV, so don't worry about it.
Ultra 4K for Eric. All right. Moving on. Destruction All Stars. Eric, hype, go.
I don't even know what that is. So we're gonna say 2.
I knew that was coming. Kim, hit it.
0. That game, I just looked at the review of it. Not the review, but the description of it, and it looks really stupid.
Aw, Kevin, go.
I've heard the title. What is the premise? What characters is it? Was it like kind of like an All Stars type or a Smash Brothers
like
type
Twisted
thing?
Metal.
No, it is
No.
skaters versus cars. That's what it is.
What?
It's skaters versus cars.
Okay, I'm going down to a 0. Skaters it at least sounded like it had an okay title, but you just said skaters versus cars.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
No.
my hype for this game is about a 6 because I love different types of games. I want to see what this game is all about. Now, if it's $70 like they say, I'm not going to do it for a very long time. But eventually I will check this game out because I love playing different types of games. Just like what the hell was that car soccer game? What was that called again?
Rocket League.
That's pretty much the same thing. It's just a different type of gameplay, and I love stuff like that. Damn it, Kim, you have to bust my bubble. All right, moving. Had to shatter my dreams. All right, moving on. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition Digital. Eric, go.
I'm gonna say 8 because I didn't play the original.
Yes, good man. Kim, go.
5, because this one actually looks intriguing, and I might be interested in trying it.
It's our first score above a 5. Kevin, go.
I'd probably say about a 5. Just because the game looked interesting when my friend played it, and I'd probably get it. But I haven't really touched a Devil May Cry game since Part 2. Because that game kind of knocked me out of the series.
Man, Devil May Cry 2 was too easy. I legitimately 100%ed that game. This is before Platinums were around, but I 100%ed Devil May Cry 2 literally in like a weekend. I spent like $50 on that game to beat it in a weekend. I was so mad.
I spent $50 on the game to not finish it because I was bored with it.
It was boring. I only beat it because I had to beat it. It was like so dumb though. Even the stupid challenge halls or whatever they call it. That was so dumb in Part 2. Oh God, that game was terrible.
The game that caught my eye was Devil May Cry 4 because I've been a martial artist since the year 2000, and I've been a huge fan of martial arts cinema since I was a kid. Ever since I was like freaking 4 or 5, I've been watching martial arts movies. But that one has some amazing fight scenes and action sequences in it, and that just drew me in. So I never actually played the game, but I watched people play it and I loved it. But Part 5, the story in that game was on point, and playing the game itself was like playing those action sequences, and then the action sequences themselves were just above and beyond anything I could ever dream of. Like, I love sci-fi movies and martial arts films, and that was just like the perfect combination of those two things together. I'm not gonna get this one because I already beat the one for PlayStation 4, but if they bring it to like PlayStation now in a couple of years, I might pick it up. So moving on to
Dante Smash Brothers.
I know, right? That would be epic.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
We could probably skip the next one, but Fortnite. Is anybody interested in playing Fortnite?
-8.
No.
You need to play Fortnite now, or you don't.
As the fool said, -8. Yeah, I'm with you, Jones. I've tried to play Fortnite at least on 6 separate occasions just to say I tried and gave it a fair shot, but it's not my cup of tea.
Well, you give it more attempt than I do.
Before it came out, I saw the trailer, and it looked interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came out, and I was like, no, never mind.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what you said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's free, so we can just try it for free. But
and then they went and destroyed the server with a big giant moon.
That was interesting. I did watch that.
How do you get a steal Final Fantasy's gimmick?
I know.
Oh, is that where that came from?
It's funny because Final Fantasy 14, Yoshi P, his son plays Fortnite, and he was like, "Hey Dad, look what happened." He's like, "Oh, I've done that before."
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Because I mean, you've looked into how Final Fantasy 14 ended, right? The 1.0 to 2.0.
I don't think he knows.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?
You're the only one that doesn't know for sure.
I told you I don't like spoilers, so I would never do that.
That's not a spoiler because
it's not a spoiler. It's something that you won't be able to see because it was before it was the original game.
Mm-hmm.
They remade it because it failed badly on the PC.
I gotcha.
And so during the 1.0 era, they brought this big red moon that was like, as patches got released, it got bigger and closer and closer and bigger, and then it finally came out and erupted Bahamut out from the center of it. And if you watch the opening, huh?
Legend of Zelda much? Ocarina of Time? Not Ocarina of Time, but Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
it's
guess similar to that.
Kind of, but different. If watch the opening movie called Answers, then it'll show a lot of stuff.
And
but moving on.
You're fine. Excuse me. All right, moving on to Godfall. Eric, go.
I don't remember what that is. I get a little
synopsis. Godfall is basically, I'm pretty sure it's an online game. It's like
that's Gearbox's new game, huh?
It's like
do you want me to read the description?
Sure, please do.
Godfall is a self-titled looter slasher, meaning it's a PS5 game all about stylish melee combat and getting bigger and better gear. Coming from new studio Counterplay Games, it has a 3-player co-op against all kinds of enemies and bosses. If you're into loot drops, Godfall has you covered.
So it's basically
Gearbox is the publisher. Yeah, Gearbox published it.
I'm gonna say 5 because I don't really have the hype for it, but I'm not gonna say no to it either.
I gotcha. Kim?
Yeah, it doesn't really seem interesting to me.
Gotcha. Kev?
I mean, it's basically like a high fantasy Borderlands. I'd probably give it a shot.
I'm not into looter shooters. I tried to play Borderlands again several times, but I can't. I'm good. So
that's because you didn't play with people. You
mine
definitely want to play Borderlands with friends. It's
mine's
a lot
at
of fun
like a 1 for that game.
It says the game's world was inspired by Stormlight Archive, the First Law, while the gameplay from the Monster Hunter series inspired a variety of weapons and combo mechanics.
Now it goes up to a 3 for Cyrus.
No.
Not even for Monster
it goes down to a 0.5 after that. That's better. Good job.
He's been working on it.
I know, right? All week.
I told you I was out that one time with a freaking it was a remix. Trust me, I did a couple of those in my damn video with I don't remember if it was the Pokemon video or if it was in the Broken Controller episode, but I definitely have some wow. I think it was Pokemon. I think I have a couple of Pokemon.
So whenever we hear that a song is being remixed, is that just their way of trying to explain that they did a bad thing and they're just trying to make it sound passable?
Oh, shut your mouth. Moving on.
Moving on to the best game that is going to come out for
10, 15, 20. 20 out of 10.
Let me finish. The best game that's going to come out for the PlayStation 5, which is The Pathless.
What the fuck?
That's what you get for not listening. Eric, go.
Shut up. I think you changed it up. Shut up.
Eric, go.
0. Because I don't even know what it is. 0.
Kim, hit it.
Hit it with my rating?
Yeah.
No, she's saying what's the synopsis?
Okay, the description.
Yes.
Abzu developer Giant Squid is abandoning the oceans in favor of the wilds with its rhythmic open worlder, the pathless.
Don't be a jackass.
Boring.
Eric, stop being a jackass.
This enormous sandbox is yours to discover at 60 frames per second, with each area harboring scintillating secrets for you to uncover.
Boom, 60 FPS all up in your face, Jones. Teabagging you.
Clad.
60 frames teabagging you.
Scintillating does not mean scantily
clad.
No,
the way she said it kind of made me think she said scantily clad. Is all
we know what's on Eric's mind. Kevin, hit it.
I'd say about a 5 or 6. Just
really?
It looked really interesting. The trailer, it looked like one of them, like, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, like, Journey.
Yes, mine's out of 7 because the way the character, first of all, the character models look so good in that damn game, and then the gameplay, which you just like smoothly like skating through the land and everything, it looks so good. I love
Eric
like very chill, serene games like that. I love those.
I think Nathan would like it.
Okay.
Eric isn't civilized enough for a game like
Shut up. I need waifus or explosions.
And always both at the same time.
His life is like a Michael Bay.
Yeah, I know. I knew that was coming.
That was good. Moving on, Sackboy's Adventure. And no, I'm not talking about the porn. Sackboy's Adventure. Eric, go.
Why do we need to go about that? I'm sorry. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I've never really played Little Big Planet, but that game actually looks pretty cool. Matter of fact, I'm going to say a 6 out of 10.
I love
6.5 out of 10. That's it. 6.5 out of 10.
Kim, hit it.
Probably a 3.
Okay.
I've played them before, and I just couldn't really get into it, but I'd be willing to try it.
I was always amazed at the things that people made in that damn game, but then I would try to go make it, and it was always equivalent to their Rembrandt to my little 4-year-old crayon drawing on a piece of cardboard. That's how it always turned out. It was so bad. Kevin, go.
I'd say about a 4. Also, I'd like to add on here the way Eric said, "How do you know about that porn?" Kind of wondering. What have you been doing, Eric?
Not me, him. I'm saying, like, how does he know that porn exists? I have no idea about no stack boy versus the world or whatever.
When did you watch that specific one?
He has a lot of knowledge of this porn stack boy.
You are 100% correct.
The tone of voice you used was like, "How do you know about that porn that I just starred in 4 years ago?"
No, that doesn't sound like how I said it at all.
Eric's Adventure. And then finally on the list is Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
20 out of 10.
And since you two have never played it, I'm assuming that yours is non-existent. But
I'd give it an 8.
Like I said,
I did see Into the Spider-Verse on Netflix.
Yes, I gotta love that movie.
It was pretty interesting.
Get the remaster, even I know it's $70, but it's gonna be worth it. Get the remaster. You guys play through Spider-Man together, because it's a great game to either watch or play. I mean, you guys can hand off the controller, take turn fighting enemies and whatnot. That'll be actually fun.
That ain't how Kim do. Kim says she can play her own version.
I kind of feel like it would be cool if the remaster of the PS4 Spider-Man had like a lead in at the end that kind of led into the Miles, like showing
no
the,
spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. My take on it, I'm at a 12 out of 10. Definitely off the charts. Definitely excited 12? About this one. Only 12. I'm not gonna do 20 with your exaggerated ass. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. But it's gonna be a great time, regardless. I mean, I don't care if it's 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours, whatever. I know it's gonna be short, but it's still gonna be an amazing experience, and that's what we're all here about at Experience Points Podcast. Jones, hit me with some transition music. Boom. Yeah. Training music. Next, we're going to move on to open discussion, where we chit-chat about what the flip do we need to hear from Sony in this next month. What is missing from their pitch for the PS5? aside from what they showed in the games that they showed? What do they need to show?
First, they need to explain how the PlayStation Plus Ultra, whatever the heck that new thing is, and how backward compatibility works exactly.
There have been like mixed signals lately in the news saying that there's some people saying that the PlayStation 5 won't be backwards compatible at all. And there's some people saying that it is going to be backwards compatible with like PS3 and PS4. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I want to hear more about hopefully a new version of PlayStation Now, because if they have PlayStation Now to where they have all the PS2, 3, and 4 games on it that they have now, and they add PlayStation 1 games, and you can download the some bitches onto your system, that would be a Game Pass killer. That's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah, because freaking PlayStation 1 has some of the greatest gens of all times.
Oh yeah, so good.
I never played PlayStation 1.
Okay, no, it's okay. It's okay, Cyrus. Don't get on her, because I don't think she was a gamer before around the time she met Kevin. Maybe a little bit before that.
My very first PlayStation was PlayStation 2, and my very first game on it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Of course it was.
And I'm a huge fan of Rockstar games as a result of that game.
I got you, girl. The 90s.
She just likes swinging around that big neon pink dildo.
Vice City was so good.
Don't judge me.
I think I owned like half of the Grand Theft Auto games, yet played so little of them.
Oh man, that game was the best. It still is awesome. It holds up, let me tell you.
Part 3 blew my mind. Part 3 was the one that set the standard for almost every sandbox open world game that exists to this date. And I was at work because my first job was at Popeyes. Don't judge me. And
love that ticket from Popeyes.
And my manager there, he was weird ass dude that tried to be chummy with all the girls and guys there, and he would take the girls out to the horse races and stuff like that, and he never got any, but he was just creepy. Anyway,
oh god,
yeah, he was creepy as hell. So anyway, he came in one day with a copy of Grand Theft Auto 3, and he was like, "You got to play this game," because he knew I was a gamer. And I was like, "I don't even know what this is." He was like, "Just trust me, just play it." Man, I played the crap out of that damn game. In fact, I don't even know if I gave him his copy back, to be honest.
Was the horse racers like? Was the horse races like creeper lingo for something?
No,
bad?
It's an actual horse track that he would go in bed at, but they had like food there and stuff like that, so he would take the girls from the job on quote unquote dates there.
Oh, creepy!
It's really creepy. Really creepy, and just this dude, I can't say enough about him. Kevin, what would you like to hear from Sony in this next month?
Bruce Campbell's narrating for all the future Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man 2. I love that damn game. That game was funny as hell.
I would like to hear more information on how they're like maybe some future or the best way or the best brand to go for as far as hard drive upgrades.
Okay.
Because it's like what 800 something gigs that you're gonna have available.
Yeah, I think
and all of it's like I think Dark Souls is like 66 gigs, and like Spider-Man I think is like 50 gigs, and it's just gonna fill up so fast.
Oh yeah.
I want to be able to get a larger SDD drive in there as soon as possible.
Well, I was curious about how that worked. I mean, I know you store the games already downloaded onto the external hard drive, but can you play them from there? Like, do you have to go to the hard drive and they just pick them and then they load up?
You can.
Do you have to like put them onto the system again?
I think you can play it from the hard drive.
Well, the thing I want to do is I want to be able to buy a new hard drive
SSD
and put it in to my system. Because what I want to do is take my PS4 Pro, it's my 2 terabyte hard drive that I have in there, and I want to put that into an external casing so that I can run my PS4 stuff off of the case, like as an external.
Okay.
And then I want to make sure that my PS5 games themselves have enough space. I don't want to use a regular standard hard drive for PS5 games, and I don't want to run them. I don't want to get a solid state drive that's external. So I just want to make sure. I give it about like 800 gigs. I'll probably fill up within the first year. So they got some time.
I give it 6 months.
Especially if Final Fantasy.
It took me a year.
Goes on there.
Well, it took me a year to fill up my PS4 hard drive, the first one, and that was 500 gigs.
Yeah.
It really just depends on
But
what the hell
those games
game
were smaller
you're playing.
back then, so I mean.
Yeah, for real. Like the later games, like 200, like well, I shouldn't say 200, like 80 gigabytes for certain things. I don't remember how big Final Fantasy 7 remake was. I know Final
was like
Fantasy
107.
15. Yeah, see, yeah, Final Fantasy 15 was huge. Final Fantasy 14 is huge.
I think
when
the first
I knew it was time to.
I think the first 100 gig game that I downloaded was Red Dead Redemption because it came with 2 discs, and I was happy about that because I love the multiple disc games back on the PlayStation 1. Like Final Fantasy 7 had 3 discs, and Final Fantasy 8 had 4 discs, and Final Fantasy 9 had 4 discs, and I was excited because I thought
you remembered all of those.
I thought that's what it was like, but it wasn't like that at all. You had to install the first half of the game on the first disc, and then you had to put the second disc in to install the rest of the game because it was over 100 gigs. And I was like, holy shit! It literally took like a good 2.5 hours to download that whole damn thing. It was crazy.
I will say that I may end up just getting like a larger hard drive for the external for the PS4 because 2 terabytes ain't cutting it anymore either.
Yeah, no kidding. Like I literally can only have a few actual games downloaded anymore because there's like so many games that I wouldn't be able to have all my games. I'm like my PlayStation 3. I have literally hundreds of games on my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Hundreds down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for me. I got about I was just looking the other day, and I have I think 14 PlayStation 1 games. Like the top tier games of all time for me downloaded like on my system right now, and there's still room to download a lot more. So
yeah, well the PlayStation 1 takes up already nothing, but in general, okay, I exaggerated when I said hundreds, but I probably legitimately do have like over 50 games, like 50 PS3 games downloaded on my PS3, and I still have plenty of space to download other stuff plus other things.
Kim, how about you?
My
girl?
largest.
What I have doing.
I'm sorry, it's Kim's turn. Kim, how about you, girl?
I'm kind of with Eric. I want to learn more about the backwards compatibility and the true nature of it.
Yeah.
And the extent of it, because like Final Fantasy 14 is like the hugest factor right now that's weighing on my mind.
That's on a lot of people's minds, really. I know a lot of people that would get the PS5 just so they can play Final Fantasy 14 with an SSD.
Honestly, I don't even care. Because I will start over Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, all this stuff. I don't even care. I'm
going to start calling you the start over queen.
Final Fantasy 14, like, I just need to know. I need to be able to play it on the 5. Have to.
The thing about the playing Final Fantasy 14 on a solid state drive is Sony already said that, like, so games that were made with the PS4 in mind, or like they were made to optimize for the PS4,
right,
aren't going to be affected. So we probably wouldn't be able to get like a performance-based Final Fantasy 14 version unless they made a PS5 version specifically.
I'm absolutely sure they will.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they will too. But I'm just saying that like playing it, the PS4 version on the PS5 probably isn't going to have that much of an effect as far as loading time goes. It might be different since that, it's a broader game. It's made for PC also, and it's all meant to play together, PC with PS4. But like you'll if you play like Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7 Remake even, you'll still go through the loading screens. I guess they were saying before they would maybe drop like a couple seconds, just a fraction of the time you would normally spend loading, just because it was made for a standard hard drive in mind.
That's interesting.
That's another one of those things I can't wait about the Spider-Man remastered, because instant, like, those load times are like the only thing that got me out of the original one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so great.
Yeah, and they showed, I watched a comparison video of the PS4 version versus the remastered version, and they were showing off the ray tracing, and the PS4 version, the windows, when you tap on the windows of Spider-Man, there's no reflection there. I mean, I think there was like a small bootleg reflection there, but on the remastered version for PlayStation 5, you can see Spider-Man's reflection in full detail and the reflection of the city behind him. and it was crazy. And they showed off the speed. It was a side-by-side comparison, and it was much faster. It loaded up, I would say maybe 60% faster, and Spider-Man swings much faster in that game. So
it really kills me when they do reflections lazily in a video game.
Yeah, here comes Final Fantasy
Borderlands
remake.
Borderlands 2. There's this one area that just has like this big building that's just all glass and reflective, and you look at it and you don't see yourself in that reflection. You just see like this bootleg image that they implanted on there as like a wallpaper that's supposed to represent like the surrounding area.
That's
but
cute.
it only represents like one spot.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
It bothers me.
Yeah. Well, we hope to hear more from Sony. I mean, even if we just get one more like in-depth presentation, I would be happy with that. They don't have to drop a whole bunch of news. Just give us the stuff that we need before the system drops. And we got a month for that to happen. So, Eric, hit me with some transition music. That sounds familiar. Where's that from?
Metroid.
Nice. Classic. All right, moving on to this week in gaming news. We are excited. I gotta pull up the other page so I can send you guys these pictures so you guys can see them too. There's a lot of bangers. A lot of bangers this month. A lot. The first one to come up, September 26th, 15 years ago, 2005, on PlayStation 2, was Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. Anybody have any experience with the Sly Cooper games?
I played a little of the first one.
I've seen a friend play it. It was pretty cool.
I've never heard of it.
Sly Cooper, the devious Matt Raccoonist. The devious, what was the original?
The devious Raccoonist, yeah.
Yeah.
They did I think a re-release or a remaster of that one on PlayStation 4. And I think it was free on PlayStation Plus, if I'm not mistaken. I played like the first couple of stages of that game. It's funny. It's funny. Isn't it made by Naughty Dog? Yeah.
No, I think it was actually a Sony. I thought it was a first party.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Well, according to the case, it's Sony.
I got you.
Yeah, it doesn't say it anywhere on.
It doesn't say Naughty Dog, but the game is funny as hell. It's the long lineage. I'm pretty sure it's Naughty Dog. I'm probably totally wrong, but
I think of it as basically kind of like I won't say like a side game. It's just like another version of kind of like Jack and Daxter type games like that. That's how I think of it. I should say the original because Jack 2 just
Sucker Punch.
Just about to look it up. Good man. Yep, Sucker Punch in there is a long line of amazing games, and Sly Cooper is no different. It's definitely hailed as one of the great platforms on the PlayStation 2. So it was definitely ahead of its time for a lot of things that it did, especially with the cell shading that it did.
I'm really surprised it never went over to the PS4. Full on.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, for the PlayStation 5, we might get one if they brought back Ratchet and Clank and Crash. Who knows?
Well, Ratchet and Clank was actually very prominent on PS4. I think it had at least like 1 or 2 games, but yeah, Crash really kind of died off for a couple of generations.
I got you. It did, but I like seeing resurgence of old games like that, especially when they're done correctly. You know what I mean? And this Crash 4 has been getting great reviews, so it definitely looks like they did it right. Kim, these next 2 are for you, and Eric, you know what's coming.
I already know one of them is going to be X and Y, but let's go.
All right, on September 28th, 14 years ago, 2006, for the DS released Pokemon Diamond.
Oh yeah, this is
and Pokemon Pearl. Let me just drop the other one real quick.
Diamond's a better picture.
Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl.
Even though I think I had Pearl. How did I get set up to get Pearl?
So you two Poke experts.
I had Diamond.
Go ahead and chit chat about this game.
Yeah, I had ugly old Palkia.
I had Dialga. I had the diamond. My sister had pearl.
Yeah,
We
back
always had a
when
deal to
I
get
was
out.
playing
So-
with certain people, that person got to pick diamond because I got all the other good colors. Like I got sapphire, but then I had to get pearl. I don't like how the legendaries look in that particular generation anyway. They look like crap, especially Palkia. Palkia looks like a big pile of crap.
Well, damn. Tell them how you really feel.
This generation was really cool. This is the one where they introduced Arceus. Which is basically
Pokemon God.
Yeah, he's the Pokemon God. It's even like above Mew. It created everything basically.
Oh, really?
And
they have a lot of funny dorkly things with him.
And that one was like, it was like an event item that you would get to get access to it. And I think that they never really released it in that generation, so the only way you could ever get it was if you like actually use like a Game Shark or something like that to get it.
I didn't even know that, so they basically dropped the ball.
It came out in Japan, but
of course, everything comes out of Japan.
Is this a game? Is this a game that any of you would want to see remade?
This is one that's highly.
This is the one that everybody's wanting to have remade next.
This is the one that people are gonna probably rage over if it doesn't happen. But like, there's a 75% chance, well, there's a 50% chance the next Pokemon game that comes out on Switch will be a Diamond and Pearl remake. But there's also a 50% chance it'll be a Let's Go game.
Let's go, Sinnoh.
So I have my red DS here. Would it be worth
get it?
Getting?
Play it.
You heard him.
Okay. Which one? Which one?
It's pretty much aesthetics, whatever version
honestly,
you want.
You could go for platinum and be good, because that's basically the combination of the two.
And you can get to the double.
But if you want to experience like the original story, I'd say go with diamond, because Palkia looks like a big giant two-legged penis.
See, even you think Palkia looks like crap. It does look horrible.
Poor baby.
Looks like a space age dildo. I'm not gonna deny it.
I like space age dildos. I don't know what you're talking about.
Its cry sounds like it's in pain. It's like something like that.
It looks. I'm looking at pictures now. It looks really good. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like Link's Awakening for Super, or Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That's what it looks like to me.
Not to mention, the Galactic team boss in that game is named Cyrus.
Nice.
Oh yeah, good old Cyrus.
So you get to beat yourself.
I'm about to order. Oh, well, I actually do that from time to time too, but that's nothing. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
No, I can't remember if Ruby and Sapphire had it, but I know for sure Diamond and Pearl had it. It was like actual boss music when you'd go against like big legendaries.
Like, I think Ruby and Sapphire did that too. I'm pretty sure
that game went all out, and it had, I think, was it that one? That's the generation that had the secret bases.
Yeah, I think so, because wasn't it? Because that was the one that had the underground, but I thought it also had secret bases. But it might have been.
Well, yeah,
Ruby
secret bases were there.
Does anybody know?
Yeah, if you can get it cheap, go for it.
Does anybody know if it's available on the 3DS eShop?
No,
that's a good question.
Doubt it. They've only done 1 and 2 generations, 1 and 2, as far as I know.
Okay. I'm gonna order that for Amazon. That looks really good. I like that style. When it comes to those older Pokemon games like that, like this, the new style really helps me stay into it. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. We have a juggernaut in gaming history, and 24 years ago, in 1996, the Nintendo 64 was released.
Definitely a top 5 console for me. Definitely like number 1 for multiplayer.
I remember the first time I held this controller, I was like, "What in the hell is this? And how the hell do I hold this damn thing?
Yeah,
and why does it have a giant nipple in the middle of this damn thing? Like, what is happening?
Why is everything so sexual?
It's kind of like Xbox controllers.
This is the EXP sexual episode.
I always felt that the N64
we have said
controller
dildo at least 5 times on this episode already, unprompted.
I always kind of felt like Raphael would do really well with the N64 controller.
That's funny.
But
of course,
it's still surprisingly comfortable when you finally use it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that was a fantastic controller. I mean, the freaking D-pad barely got used, which I don't know what.
It
wasn't even a necessity to have it there. But if it wasn't there, it would look really odd. But yeah, I've talked about this before. Amazing times at Eric's house, playing 4-player games and playing GoldenEye and Killer Instinct and Mario Kart and Mario 64, of course, and just having that experience together as gamers, as fledgling gamers, was definitely some of my top 10 gaming memories of all time.
Hell yeah.
I kind of feel like they need to add the N64 Virtual Console to the Switch and then have a 64 controller. But I don't know if they'd actually... It probably won't happen until after Super Mario 3D Collection has left the stores.
Okay, wait.
Because they're going to want to make money off of that for people to want Mario 64.
A 64 Mini? They didn't make a 64 Mini yet, did they? No?
No, there was rumors for it. So many rumors for it, but never happened.
I gotcha.
I think they don't want to do it because they know they'll have to make 4 controllers for it. This is literally the multiplayer system. This system was made for multiplayer. The first system that had 4 ports. I said the first.
And technically, the Super Nintendo did have the 4
It had the multi-tap. Yes, it had the multi-tap. But I'm just saying.
Yes, Kim, I am currently looking on Amazon right now, and there's $129 for Pokemon Diamond. You better get the hell out of here.
Damn, I'd loan you. Well, no, because I still have Pokemon on it. I would have to literally transfer all my stuff to
No, it's not that serious. I will find.
Well, I was gonna say I think we have multiple copies of some of them. That some used to be my daughter's.
Jesus, Platinum is $199. Lord.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. There's a copy of Pearl with the 2-legged dildo for $78. I mean.
Yeah, I wonder why. Nobody wants Pearl. I didn't even want Pearl. Maybe that's why I didn't finish it. I just couldn't stand Palkia.
Okay, question. Was because Alpha Sapphire just popped up. Was that the same? That's not the same thing.
No, that's the one that just remade. No. That was 3 or 4 years ago came out. So that one's readily available still. You can probably find it in the game.
I think that was the game I got that I took back in the day because I couldn't.
It wasn't anything wrong with it, but yeah, I think that was the game.
Anybody got time?
Oh, that was me with Sun and Moon.
I love Sun and Moon.
I couldn't finish it. I didn't get very far, and I was
I didn't finish it either. I'm actually the only one in this chat that's actually beaten any of the 4 iterations of it. I think Kevin's the second closest. He was trying to beat it before Sword and Shield came out, but he didn't make it. I literally beat it the night of.
And then I played Sword and Shield and kind of lost my steam in trying to play Sun and Moon. We have two copies that I actually can find of Diamond, but 3 boxes. So we have a 3rd copy somewhere around here.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, gotta move on. I'm sorry, but gotta move on. We're kind of running out of time here. Next one is Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 for the Nintendo.
I thought it was 358 over 2, but okay, 358.
358, you are correct. I do apologize. September 29th, 11 years ago in 2009, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days for the DS. I did not play when it came out for the DS, but I did re-experience it when the remake came out for PlayStation 4, the HD remake.
Isn't it the one they only did with cutscenes though?
Yes, you are correct, and I was very confused when I picked it up. I was like, "Where's the gameplay?" And I can't move. So
it was still pretty cool though. But yes, I agree.
Yes, but I did spend the winter months of 2013, right after I moved here, playing those 2 remixes. I wanted to experience it all before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, but again, it didn't come out until years later, but I thought it was coming out soon, so I experienced the entire story. I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I did play Birth by Sleep, which is my absolute favorite out of all of them, and then I did all the little side stories, quests and whatnot. But yeah, I still I'm very confused by the Kingdom Hearts story, but I still love it.
Let that dream drop distance, buddy.
There you go. Oh, hell yeah. Dream Drop Distance was great. 3D. Hell yeah. That was fantastic. Quick story. I had a really weird glitch in that game. I could not beat the Tron boss in that game. I tried for like 3 days straight. And then one day I just picked it up to try again. And the first time I hit him with my Keyblade, it glitched and it went to the end of the fight. The game was like, dude, you suck. We're just going to cut it out here.
Maybe they really had some like super easy mode, like frustration mode.
Frustration mode. There you go. Moving on to 21 years ago, 1999, Crash Team Racing for the PlayStation 1, which Kim did not experience, came out.
I played that one.
I didn't care for Crash Team Racing. It was trying too hard to be a Mario Kart clone. Way too hard. Eric,
Mario Kart clone.
Yes. Eric, did you play the Crash Team Racing games?
I did play Crash, a decent amount of it, although I didn't really care too much for CTR because it was basically just a rip-off of Mario Kart, but it was a fun game still.
Now, they did remake it for the PlayStation 4, and I heard the remake was much better than the original game. Or, again,
I will say,
remastered.
the Crash Team Racing was better than Diddy Kong Racing.
I like Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, now I'm sad. It was so good. All right,
I actually loved the Diddy Kong.
Oh God, this game.
Moving on, because we're strapped for time. 13 years ago, 2007, for the DS was Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. Now, when I got that scared that the eShop was closing on the Wii,
Lord.
and I got it confused with the other eShop.
The Wii U, but you got it confused with
right.
the Wii.
Right. I got the Wii eShop confused with the Wii U, so I went on a spending spree, and I got every DS and whatchamacallit game on there that I wanted to buy, and I spent like $100 that day, and then the very next day it was still there, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, he got me too, because I remember it was a snowy January. I was just out shoveling the snow, or February, whenever it was snow. And I'm like, oh, this dude called me talking about the eShop. So, my ass, I got panicky too, because there were some games that I wanted to play, like all the Mega Man ZX, which now I bought the damn remake now, or remaster, whatever you want to call it, so I'm kind of irritated at that. But I still got a couple other games that I bought from it too, like Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man and Bass, and Metroid. What was it? What was the remake of Metroid 1? I think I got the remake of Metroid 1 and Metroid Fusion. I can't remember if I got both of them.
Metroid Fusion was so good. Metroid Fusion is the best Metroid game ever. I don't care what nobody says. It's so good. All right, and last on our list and of the day is Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remixed, which is the game I was talking about previously, but I got it on PS4, not PS3, which came out 6 years ago, 2014, on the PlayStation 3.
I don't even remember. Oh no, I have it on PS3. No, I don't remember which one I have this one on. I know I got the first one on PS3. I think I got them both on PS3. Because I think I actually have a wallpaper for one of the games on my PS3 to this day.
There was an a compilation that came out for PlayStation 4, and I just got that one and just played them all.
I have that. I had the PS3 compilation that one as well, but I didn't really get much done until I got it on the PS4.
I gotcha. Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts series it's still one of my favorite game series, RPG series to this day. I'm hoping for a fourth for the PlayStation 6 in about 10 years, but that would be nice.
I think they will bring out Kingdom Hearts 4 before that, because without beating the damn horse as always, with what they actually did with Kingdom Hearts 3, it feels like they were holding back. So I think they probably have a thing with Kingdom Hearts 4. It'll come out by the time the Final Fantasy Remake Complete comes out.
Especially as big as disappointment as it was. You know what? I would even take a Kingdom Hearts remake. I would take that. That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic.
Lovely too. But I think it's too early for a remake of the first Kingdom Hearts when they still have, so much they need to be doing.
I know.
They need to remake the first of Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, that game was amazing.
You love your Rockstar, don't you?
That game was really, really good. All right, folks, that is the end of this episode. We're excited to come back and give you guys a podcast, and stay tuned next week to where we'll give you more information on the PlayStation 5 as it comes, and lock your trays in the upright position. Until next time, tell them what to do, Jones.
Keep on leveling up.
Okay, no, we're gonna redo that. That's not happening. All right, Kim, tell them what to do, girl.
Wow.
Keep on leveling up.
You go, girl.